Alright, good day, good day. I'm just going to go ahead and invite people to the stream. So before we get started, I just want to make sure that everything is working. So I'll talk about the trade and everything in just a second. I just want to go ahead and get sorted out really quick. Okay, so we have the link to the stream posted. Not sure why it had an echo, but alright. Okay. Let's see, everything looks good so far. Alright, so currently we're looking at gold. I'll explain how the trade's gonna work in just a second. Okay, I'll just wait for a few people to get in, but we don't take any trades until 20 minutes from now anyway. So while that happens, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my accounts on so that we may get started here. And let me go ahead and turn magic keys on. Alright, so we're pretty much ready for what could happen today. Okay. Alright, so basically I'm gonna go ahead and explain what's gonna go on today, but if we look at the charts here, you'll notice that we have price going below this level right here, which is our 5-minute liquidity grab that we want price to go to. But ultimately we're bullish on the day and we want our target maybe somewhere up here, but obviously we'll take a 2R if it's below there. Now I didn't check if we had news, so I will check in a second. Sorry if you hear that, I'm just okay. Let me go ahead and check if we have news. Yeah, we have news at 11 a.m. this morning. So we have slight news at 8:30, so really nothing much today. Okay, so we're pretty much good for this morning. What I would like it to do though is break this level, close below this level, and we could take our 2R after that. However, it could keep dropping, maybe come down further below all these, because these are all equal lows right here. Alright, and you could see price gravitate to these areas right here. So I'll just put this color as like red. It's like a little trend line. We don't really need it, nor do we care, but it is there, right? So we know where price is kind of wanting to go to. Hopefully it could break these areas right here and then give us our bullish. We still have 7 minutes before we're taking any trades, but obviously we're bullish, and we've now broken below our 5-minute swing low, and it's going lower. So we've pretty much secured our first step and second step. First step was for it to break this level, and now second step is for it to close below this level. So now anytime after 8:20, we're just going to look for a bullish engulfing candle. Alright. However, if price does not break this area right here, maybe go for a lower risk trade. Go for a, maybe, I'm not sure, you could go for 0.5, 0.6 trade on the first setup. So obviously in 6 minutes we're going to start looking for setups, but like I said, depending on where you take it, it could be slightly more risk. Alright, I'm pretty ready with everything. We are 5 minutes until we could take a trade, and we see price is still gravitating towards this area, which is good. This is good for us. Alright. Now, there is another way, guys. There is another way we trade this every day, right? But because it hasn't showed up last week, I haven't been able to show you. So hopefully, I could kind of show you guys how we could do it this week, maybe. If it shows up, even if it shows up today, I will show you, but it's not really been showing up lately. I'm not really sure. This month, July, has not showed any sig. Last week, it went the whole week without showing itself. But the good news is it provides really good risk reward. And it's pretty similar to the gold miner. That's why I call it the gold driller. Because, you know, mining and drilling is basically the same thing. So I want to be able to show you guys that. And if it happens today, you will see it. Basically, our trade is going to be pretty much, if it happens today, I'm going to show you guys this trade. And what's going to happen is I may not be able to take TP because I'll be taking the trade how I showed you guys. So hopefully I do get to show you. But right now it is about 3 minutes until we could take the trade. So I like how this is going. It broke below this area right here, grabbing all this liquidity down here. So yes, it's gonna sell a little bit, right? Because these are all sell stops, right? So all the retail sell stops are going in, but Commercials could be buying. Now, I don't know if commercials are buying right there. I don't know who's buying, but you know, I'm not going to try to pretend that I know exactly where banks and stuff are buying and selling, but it would make sense if retail is selling here that big banks would be buying, right? It only makes sense. So, that's all I could tell you about that. That's why I wanted this to be taken out as well, because it gives us confidence to get our 2R. However, I'm not going to take a 2R, guys. I'm going to take the trade based on how I've been trying to show you guys. Okay? And let me show you right now. So, let's say for example, 820 happens and we get a trade maybe like right here, right? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my take profit at the highest of the day and my stop loss at the lowest of the day. And this is going to be a 3.4R. Now, some days obviously it never got up here. Some days also it went to stop loss. And here's what you do. So you're not going to risk, okay? You're not going to risk 1% on this. You're going to risk 0.5. If it loses, that's fine. But when it does lose, you're going to take another trade. So let's say it loses, right? And that candle closed below the low of the day. So let's say it lost the trade and that candle lost, right? Then we're going to wait for another engulfing before 10, right? Everything is still before 10 o'clock. And what we're going to do is we're going to then take it, right? Whatever the setup is. And then we're going to do the same thing. TP, same. And that's going to be another 0.5. So hopefully I'm making sense. But that's how I'm going to target today. So I'm not doing the regular 2R from the gold miner because obviously I want to provide you guys with some extra value on stream. So this is how I'm going to play it. We're waiting now. It's after 8:20 and we're about to be at the lows actually. So this is good. This is good. It's really good. We could see a waterfall. Yes, it's waterfalling. This is not a bad sign, right? Because there's going to be news later which would probably drive the price back up. So right now we're just waiting. We're on the 1 minute chart, so now we're waiting for an engulfing. I would like it if I'm going to take the TP all the way up here, right? I would definitely, I could delete this now because price has already broke it, but alright, so we're just waiting now for a trade setup. You could still take the 2R if you like. I'm taking it differently because I've done tests, and yes, the way I'm going to be taking it has slightly less win rate, but the risk reward is amazing. When it does win, it's really amazing. So that's why I'm going to try it out. I'll probably still do, because I have multiple accounts, I'll probably still do the 2R, but I'm also going to be using now, let me see here. Okay. So we have, I'm just getting my magic members. Wait. Okay, there we go. I'm just getting my magic members ready just in case we do get a trade. I want to make sure that we are ready for it. And what do I see here? So we have the high of the day is all the way to the left, so that's okay. I'm making sure that my TP is set over there. All right. Um. We're waiting for an engulfing now. It's been on a really big waterfall. So here's another thing that I spoke about last week, right? You guys may have forgotten, but basically, when we have a waterfall like this, right? Mainly where the big candles start, you're usually gonna have a drive of 3, okay? And what I mean by that is you're gonna have the first drive, then it's gonna pull back, then it's gonna have the second drive. I wouldn't count this as a second here because of this pullback, because this candle here also did not close below this, so this is not a pullback per se in my eyes, right? So you have a drive right here, then you have another drive right here, and now we may get one more drive. Usually between the second and third is when we get a signal. The second drive has a bigger pullback, and then the third one is the signal one. So we'll see how it works here, but usually on the second, the signal will fail if we do get a signal. But yeah, I'd like to see it dive down some more before we get in. Let's see on the 5-minute chart what it looks like. It does just look like a straight waterfall, right? So in this case, I will take my 2-hour trade first. And let's see. Could we get a bullish engulfing here? Possible. It is possible here. Okay, so I'm getting everything ready. I'll probably use lower risk. I'm gonna be honest. I'll probably use lower risk here. So the risk is about $2, which would be, we're still watching it because it might have a bigger wick. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it doesn't engulf. We're okay. Alright. We have nothing so far. We've met all our conditions. So at this point we just need one engulfing candle. But like I said, we may have one more drive down before we get our engulfing candle. Here we have the trade. If it pops up here, but looks like it doesn't really want to either. Maybe it will. Yeah, I don't think it's going to. Alright, that's fine. I'm not going to take this even if it does engulf, because it's, yeah, it's not engulfing. This is not it. So we should see one drive down. Give me 1 second, let's see. Alright. It's failing to go down because it needs more sellers, right? So I don't want you guys to think about like the market as like a buyers and sellers or algorithms, because yeah, I do believe the market is an algorithm, right? But in most cases, the way people think about algorithms, they think more like banks or hedge funds have algorithms that are buying and selling. In terms of what I think, it's more like it's an algorithm, but it's basically like an auction, kind of like auction theory. I don't know if you guys have ever looked into it, but basically I think when price is moving like this, it's basically advertising to people like, hey, you could sell up here, you could sell, and then if nobody's selling when the markets are moving higher, then it's going to keep going higher until it finds sellers. Same thing with buyers, right? So like if buyers are not buying here, what's going to happen? It's going to break these lows and keep going lower until buyers step in. So I think there is a machine or an auction that controls this price moving, right? And it's slowly picking up orders. But in general, I don't think that you know, just the traditional auction, I mean not auction but smart money concepts, like I mean they work, right? But they're basically technical analysis. I don't think there's anything more than just regular technical analysis in smart money concepts. Just like if you know how to read your support and resistance, you can make it work, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's trading off support and resistance. Like right here, you could say like, alright, there's support right here, right? We could probably even bring that a little bit lower and say the support is like right here. And then look, it has a breakout, and then it's going to break out a little bit, and then it's going to reverse or retest, whatever you want to call it, and it's either going to keep going down or it's going to reverse up. But that does not necessarily mean that it's the only way that works, right? So just wanted to throw that out there, that I think when we look at charts, we should try to think like it's like an auction, you know, like where are people going to be buying, or where's the majority going to be buying? They're not going to be buying on top. Well, some will be buying on top, right? But in most cases, when you're at an auction, you don't want the worst price, right? You don't wait until your auction is worth like $10,000 then get in. Okay, so here I was hoping we might get a trade here. We might. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna take this, guys. Let's see. Okay. I'm in the trade right now, and let me see. I think it got in. I think it's loading. I'll just get out because I got in at a really good entry price. I might just get out here if it breaks the lows. I'm not going to be losing anything because it dropped a lot, but we'll see. If it goes below here, I'm just going to get out. But because I got in right at the end and it's opened up down here, so like I'm really at a good pricing here. It's less than 0.5%. Okay, I'm gonna get out here because I do not think that, let me see, I'm still watching. I'll put the stop loss at these lows right here. I got in on my phone account, the one on my phone. I think you guys will hear it. Let me turn the volume up just so you can hear it. Because I don't want people thinking that, you know, I'm not getting into trades and stuff. So I'm going to modify it really quick. And I'm going to put the stop loss maybe like down here. What's 2? So 16. Okay, so 1609. 1916.09. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but I just edited my trade because, well, I'm not sure. Is that where the low is? Sorry, I'm using my Forex funds, and I don't think that's where the low is at. Let me edit my trade again. I'm keeping this one open just because I got in really good, and it may lose, which is really unfortunate, but okay. We'll just go 1590. So here's actually, I could get out here at break even because I'm way above break even, right? Because I got in like here. But the reason is when you have a trade, right, it should be immediately going in your favor. If it's doing this right here, then it's probably not a good setup. My stop loss was right below this level right here. Like, I just edited it to be like 2 pips below this area. But I might get out here. We'll see. I got a super good entry, but I think it's gonna lose because notice how we entered on this candle, right? So the start of this candle. And you have 1, 2, 3 minutes and it's still around the same price. That tells you that it's most likely going to fail. Because usually when you enter a trade, what happens? It goes straight up, right? It hasn't taken me out yet. But because I got like, it was probably like a 0.4%. I was able, I'm like confident in just leaving it open. If I lose, I lose. But because if it wins, then you're winning more than 2R, right? Because of how good the entry was. I still haven't been taken out yet. Now I may be right here. It looks like it's going to. Let's see. Okay, it is just about to. Okay, it took me out. Okay, that is okay. Yeah, we could have got out of break even when I said I was gonna get out of break even, or above it, but I just didn't risk enough to be scared of losing this trade. So it was valid. It was a valid trade technically, but when this candle started, it shot down and we entered down here. So we entered basically at half risk. Let me double check that. Let's see. How much did I lose on that? I'm going to quickly check. Yeah. Yeah, basically today is, yeah, the 10th. Okay. Yeah, we lost less than 0.5%. Okay. Now we've had 1 drop, 2 drop, right? It came back up and then we had this 3rd drop. So now we should probably get a good trade if it does set up. We should get a good trade. That's just from what I've studied. And I'm gonna be risking the same amount, 1%. So I'm not gonna lower my risk because of this loss I took here, because it was in our favor when we entered. Okay, let's see here. Now here's another setup, and this setup looks much more decent. So I'm gonna get it ready. I'm gonna get it ready, and let's see. I do believe I will go with, let's see, hopefully it doesn't wick back down, but if not, then we're good to take this. I don't want it to go any lower here. Okay, I'm getting in. I think you guys heard that. So I'm in, and looks like this one we got in a little bit good again, but this is not good. If when it starts like this, every time we get in, if it starts like this, then it's not really good. Let me edit my stop loss really quickly. It's not really near my stop loss here. I might get out here in a second. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm getting out here, I think. Let's see. If it doesn't start going up, let me modify the order again. And I'm going to put the stop loss right here. So at 1915 dot. Okay. Pretty rough day if this loses here, because then it means I actually lost 1%, but this is also a valid setup. So let's see. Hasn't taken me out yet. Let me see if I could draw it. It's close though. It's close. Let me pretty much go like, yeah, I think it's about to take me out here. If it goes any lower, it's gonna take me out for sure. This candle here has to flip. I don't know if you guys got in, but pretty much, let me show you guys where I'm at. If I just put the tool right here. So it was this low plus 2 pips. So I do believe it's right here at 12 or 13. So it's like right there. So if it has a sharp drop, it's gonna take me out. I would like this to start flipping up, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it wants to go down some more. Yeah, it's about to take me out here. No, still hasn't taken me out yet. Oh, it's about to, and it just needs one sharp down move and I'm out. It's really close. Oh, it's right on it, and it took me out. Okay, so there, think that was my loss for the day. I'll see how it progresses. We'll stay another like 15 minutes just to see what it does, but yeah, this is a valid loss right here. All right, which happens. We don't care about losing, but we have to come back tomorrow and the next day doing the same thing, just coming back and executing trades, right? Now, if you skip this trade here, you could possibly take, if it brings you another setup, and you could possibly take that. It's been 1, 2, 3, and now it's been 4 dives, right? So it's gonna reverse somehow. It's gonna reverse, probably reverse to this imbalance right here. Actually, let me leave that just so we know where I lost the trade. But if you didn't take that last trade, you could possibly take the next trade and see how it plays. But as far as, I'll probably take it on my computer because I'm using different accounts, right? So on my one account, which was supposed to be the 2R account, I lost. So now on the account that I'm gonna take TP all the way up here, I'll take the next trade. So when the next trade happens, I'm gonna take the TP all the way up there. So the problem is, right, when we lose a trade, we want to get into another trade, right? Because we want to make back what we just lost. And more than likely, we end up over risking, and we end up revenge trading, which just makes our losses harder to swallow. But when a trade is a valid loss and you move on, tomorrow, the next day, or the following days, it could provide you straight winners. We don't know when the wins are going to start. Tomorrow we may lose again, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with losing multiple trades, and that's just the honest truth. If you want to be successful, you have to be okay with losing multiple trades in a row. Now, the problem I have sometimes is when I don't see a clear trade and I take it and then I lose it. That's when I don't mind losing trades. But I do mind when I make a mistake and I lose the trade because of my mistake. So what I like to do is I like to confirm that this is a valid trade right here. Even this one here you could say was a valid trade. So it is a valid loss. Now, I know that it wins 80% of the time, right? The only problem is it doesn't win every day. Like, we don't get a trade every, like, multiple trades per day, right? So in order for us to make this back here, we need to wait until tomorrow. And that's where that could also affect your psychology. When you're in a casino, right? When you're in a casino and you're losing, right? You know you could just keep playing slots or keep playing whatever it is you're playing and win back your money. But since this is trading, you're not going to keep trading and win back your money. You're most likely going to lose if you do that. So if that was the last trade, we're still waiting for another like 15 minutes. But if this was the last trade here, then that's that, you know. We move on till tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow with the same idea, same plan, and see how it goes. And guess what? If tomorrow wins, we get back this loss. and more. If tomorrow loses, well, now we're down 2%. Well, the following day we could still get back today's loss and tomorrow's loss. So as long as you're winning two trades out of the week, you're always going to be profitable. I want you to keep that in mind. You only need to win two trades a week. You could lose 3 and win 2 trades and you'll still be profitable. You see what's going on here? Every time, well, this one was 2 candles, but every time it has a sharp buy, it's followed by a sharp sell. Now, if the next candle engulfs this one, I'm probably going to take it on my other account. So I'm already done trading the regular gold setup that I trade. Okay? But I'm waiting to see if this candle gets engulfed. And it's gonna look something. I'll show you once we get there. There's news later. Let's see. Let me quickly check what time. It's 11, which is GBP news, so it's not really gold news. There's USD news at 10. So we have nothing until then. So let me go back. Okay, so if this candle engulfs this one here, I'm looking to TP up here. Let me go ahead and get in my other account. Okay. Now I still want it to happen within like the next 20 minutes because I'm not going to stay on the chart to look for that specific setup. But if it does happen, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, let's see. I will let you know when I get in the trade. You may hear it when it gets in the trade, but so this is not on my gold miner account. It's on my gold digger account. So, or drilling, doesn't matter what you call it, but basically TP is going to be the high of the day. Now it may not get up here, right? But it could end anywhere. It could even stop us out, but we're just going to take it. We still need an engulfing candle, a bullish engulfing, once this waterfall stops, because it looks like it's going to keep dropping a little bit. And I would like it to stop by 8 or 9:20. So here's our regular trade today that lost. So for the stream, we're basically, I'll start counting the scores from today, because last week we did win one. I think we lost one, but I'm gonna start counting it today since it was 1-1 anyway, and today's Monday. We'll start counting the score today. So we are 1 loss in, okay, for the streams. And I don't mind starting with a loss, it's okay. I've gotten to the point where like losses shouldn't really affect me. Like I said, the only thing that really affects me is when I make the mistake and I lose, because I know if I'm making the right trades, and this has a 79% chance of winning, then I know long term I'm gonna be way ahead. But if I'm making mistakes, then I'm losing trades when I should be winning, or I'm missing trades, then I'm not taking them as the rules say, then there's a problem. Alright, we got like 15 more minutes before I end the stream off, and we'll accept the loss. We're just waiting. It did it again where this is not engulfing, but it had a really nice bullish move and then immediately sells off. So this is like a repeating pattern today. So we're still waiting. Let me look at what the 5 minutes looks like. The 5 minutes is just red. At some point, guys, it's gonna reverse, and whether it reverses to the imbalances, which is this one right here is the clear imbalance, we'll have to see. 15-minute looks like it's creating an imbalance. Hopefully it will close bullish. Let's look at the daily. The daily looks like it wants to keep going down, honestly. Right here. Could come down all the way here. Further down. We'll see. Or it could flip back. There's a lot of things it could do. So flipping back is not really off the table. Okay. Let's see. I was thinking about this one, but it happened too quick, and it's probably best I don't enter that. Maybe if this flips over, or if it breaks this high. If it breaks this high and then retests something, I will take this. $10. The stop loss is going to be the low of the day, and take profit is going to be the high of the day. But if it doesn't happen in the next 12 minutes, I'm going to end the stream off. Wait, also you said news was coming. What time? I don't think there was any valid news, right? What was the timestamp on your message? I can't tell. Okay. in this candle engulf. Yeah, I don't like this. It doesn't count. Also, I don't know if you guys have been keeping track of USD JPY, but it's definitely been doing well. USD JPY has been doing really well. That's even yesterday. I think last week it went 3 winners, 1 loss or something, and then last night it also won. Could be something people should look into. Let's see what happens here. So looks like it's breaking this high right here. If it closes above this or retest this, I'm gonna put a sell stop right here actually. Let me put a sell stop. That was a really big move off that so this is for my day trade. I want the stop loss up here. Let's see. I haven't entered it yet. I do want it to close really bullish above. I want it to close above this area right here and then retest it. It closed at the line. So I haven't entered the trade yet. I still need to confirm. Actually, it closed above it on TrueForex funds. I'm gonna go really small in this and say, let's see, it's a limit order, so we'll see. It's a very small trade. The idea is that it could just end up taking me out, but I risked 0.2%, right? If I risk 0.2% right there when it touched that, I put it like 2 pips below this, right? So like right there. Take profit is up here. This risk reward is good enough to be worth 0.2 because if it wins, right, it will be making about what almost 0.8%, which is okay. And if it loses, then overall for the day I'm probably down like 1.7%, but that's all together. But on that account it's really low. I'm okay though. But anyway, I'll probably just end the stream off here. So if this trade for the day loses, it loses. If it wins, great. But yeah, I hope you guys have an interesting day, a good day. And tomorrow, let's see if we could get the win back. So today, let me just close this off and close this. We'll review today what happened. So overall, we were bullish, right? This was the 5-minute swing low. Price broke it and closed below the swing low, right? So at after 8:20, we wanted a bullish engulfing, and that happened right here. It happened quick, so if you didn't get in here, you got in here, and it was a loser. Even this one was a loser, so it didn't matter which one you took. Okay? So yeah, we had pretty fair losses. Sorry if you hear my dogs. Yeah, so I'm gonna end it off here, guys. And yeah, we'll definitely trade more tomorrow and make our money back. Alright, talk to you guys then.